Awesome. It's all good. Okay. So tell us your name and title, position.
My name is Candy Williams. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be looking here or here?
You can look at me.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
My name is Candy Williams, and I'm a part of Always Giving Back. I'm the COO of the company.
Awesome. So tell us how this organization got started.
It actually got started when my father was in Virginia. He was still active duty military, and a group of guys on the ship with him decided they were going to do this project, and they called the event Always Giving Back, and it started off basically as an event. And they raised over $50,000, and my dad was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And so a couple of years later, he retired. Well, he was stationed to Millington, Tennessee, where the base is, and he decided to start a nonprofit. And he said, "What is going to be a name for this?" And so a week straight, and he goes, "You know what? I think I have the perfect name. We're going to name it Always Giving Back." And so I was like, "That's pretty cool."
That's great. So how did the blessing bags get started? Where did that idea come from?
As Minister Shell stated, her and my father attended Belhaven together, and she was doing a project on it, and she decided, to tell some of the things that the residents needed. And my dad was like, "Okay, well, I want to be a part of, assisting them. What is it that I can do?" And so I later on obviously found out about it, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be really cool." And then there, it just kind of moved on from there.
That's awesome. So where did he kind of get this idea to put together these bags for these residents? How did he figure out, we need to compile these essential items, for these people? How did that kind of evolve?
Well, knowing my father, or Tim Williams, he is a bit of an assessor, so he probably asked a million questions. And so, and thought of some of the things that...
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Good? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Okay. That's okay. Well, that's okay. No worries.
And he thought of some of the things that we need and we use on an everyday basis, which made us even more grateful. Like when you're sitting down trying to make a list of all of the things you need, and you're like, wow, So we compiled a list, and we kind of sat down, my father did sat down with Minister Michelle Berger, and they kind of said, these are the things that we need. And so we kind of started setting out to get those items.
That's awesome. So what impact have you seen this project have on residents here?
The only thing I can really kind of explain to you is like when we arrive, everybody's always really joyous and excited, and as you can see, I'm always like, ah! That always helps, I'm sure. And when they're receiving the bags, it's like they seem really humble, they seem really grateful, and as I was stating before, it's no ego involved. It's just like we're all here to help each other, and so I appreciated them being so open, allowing me to be there for them. So that was a great experience, and just like I said, seeing the reaction and things of that nature.
So why are these bags so important to the residents here, do you think?
Just having a need for something and not being able to meet that need, and having someone else outside of yourself and your family think of you is always a blessing and always, a good thing. Who doesn't want to be thought about without having to ask for those things? And it kind of reminds you that, there are still good people out here and who are looking out for you. And I just hope that one day, if I'm ever in that situation, that I can be as open and as humble as they are. And like I said, I just thank them for allowing us to help them.
That's great. And what have been some of your favorite moments of either working on this project or giving the bags to the residents? What have been some real highlights over the past year?
The biggest highlight, especially the third year round, you learn, from some stuff. You're like, okay, we didn't do this quite well, we can do this a little bit better. And one of the biggest highlights was being able to reach out, because everybody does their own thing. And I really appreciate it. I actually decided, hey, what would be a good idea? How can we get more items so we can bless more residents? And I reached out to couponers. And so that allowed us to bless even more residents. And I was just really excited to see how the process took place and just seeing how charitable they are. Like, they're not getting anything out of helping us help someone else. And it's kind of a third party thing. So as we raised money, they kind of went out and they showed us a few things. And now we know another trade or another way to assist the residents if possible on couponing, to assist them when they do have rides to get to what they need. So I think that was basically the highlight for me, just to see how it was done and see how excited they were about giving back. And that's one of the things I love about our name, Always Giving Back, because you can always create an opportunity to give back at any moment. So essentially, we all are a part of this big thing of giving back. So I love that.
That's great. And earlier you were talking about, you were saying how thankful you are for the residents for being so open to this.
Right.
So what do you want to say to the residents here?
I want to say thank you so much for allowing us to be here for you and to do these things for you. Because as I said before, sometimes we get blocked blessings or blocked opportunities because we're so egotistical and prideful. And I just appreciate it, them being so open, which makes me want to do more, because I understand like how hard that can be for allowing people to help you and not being looked upon in any kind of way. And so I'm grateful that I was given the spirit that I was given, and the giving spirit, so to speak, and just grateful, like I said, they were so open. And like I said, it's very humbling for myself, because like I said, if I'm ever in that situation, I want to be able to receive in a way where I don't feel judged, where I don't feel like I have to be full of pride. And like I said, that was humbling to know that people are still out there and they're wanting to be helped. And like I said, it makes you feel good for helping them just because they're grateful, and it makes you want to do more.
And finally, how has this project impacted your life? How is meeting these residents and doing this work, how has it impacted you?
It's impacted me tremendously. Like the fact of making a list, because most times when you're making a list, you're making a list of things that you can afford to get that you don't think of. You're not thinking about how much this costs. You're thinking, I like this brand, or I like, this type of thing. And when you're making a list of the things that people need, and you're like, oh wow, this is not an everyday thing. Like this is not a part of their routine. This is something that they may not have. And so it has impacted me in a way that it makes me more grateful for the things that I have. And it makes me more grateful for the people in my life, like my grandmother. Just her having a fixed income and not being able to get some of these things, but her having the luxury of having us, and my father and his siblings, and my mother and her family. And so I just want to be, if anything, an extension. And so that's how it has impacted me. It's made me want to expand myself, and just, if I could triple myself to just be in multiple places and do more things, I would do it. And so I'm just grateful, as I said before, for being able to see this and being able to see just how open people can be, and just loving, So that's how it's impacted my life. It just makes me want to love more and give more.
That's great. Was there anything else you'd like to add or want people to know about Blessing Bags? Anything you want to say to donors or potential donors?
As I stated before, the reason we even chose the name Always Giving Back is because anybody can do it. You don't have to start something. You don't have to finish it. You just have to be a part of it and willing to pick up along the way. And I always use an opportunity to always give back, no matter how big, no matter how small. You are helping. And again, I'm just grateful for my father allowing me to be a part of this opportunity. And I'm grateful for all the people who feel the same way that I feel and may not have the time to start something, but may have the funds or may have the time to do it. And so I just want to say thank you for those who already donated and those who are thinking of donating. If you could just think about all the things that people need or the things that you have, and how they could potentially help someone else. And it doesn't always have to be money. And so we're grateful for the time that you can spend, for your gift that you can give, and if it happens to be monetary, we're grateful for that as well.